I get asked the question a lot, what should parents do with this information? And I think that is the most crucial question. So now you have all this explosive information, what do you do with it? And the number one thing I say is protect your own children. That is your job as a parent, is to protect your children. God gave you the responsibility to look after your children. And you do not want them to be damaged, to be brainwashed, to be indoctrinated in these so-called public schools. We should call them indoctrination centers. So the number one thing is parents, protect your children. If you cannot homeschool for some reason, there's other alternatives, but even be careful. Even some of the private schools, some of the Christian schools, even the fancy expensive ones, are not all they're cracked out to be. So I urge parents to be really careful, and most importantly, protect your children. Teach them how to read. Teach them about the Constitution. Teach them the history. Teach them how to do math, because they're not going to learn these things in government schools. Really, the schools are concerned with reshaping their values, reshaping their attitudes, and deliberately producing illiteracy. So parents, protect your kids. Second of all, we can't abandon all the rest of the kids, right? So not all the parents in the United States are going to become aware of this. Not all of them are going to understand it. Not all of them are going to be even interested in doing anything about it. The government can raise my kids, that's fine. Some people will say that. So we need to, as Americans, worry about these kids as well. We see what's happening. You have schools in this country where 80% of the kids can't read. That is a national tragedy with extremely serious implications. So we need to get involved in our communities, in our state legislatures, and unfortunately even in Congress. Even though the federal government should have no business in education, they are in education. So we need to end that to start with. We need to get it back to the local level where it belongs. And once we've restored local control of education, then is where we can really start to reshape this system. But we need to rip it out from the roots. It's flawed by design, and so it needs to be fundamentally altered. It needs to be redesigned from start to finish. Right now the schools are designed for dumbing down children, for changing their values. We need to go back to a system where schools are designed to educate children, to give them the tools they need that they can become educated on their own. And that's, the basics, at least reading, writing, arithmetic. So that's important. And I would say those are the two most important things. Parents, protect your kids. Grandparents, protect your grandkids. And also, we can't abandon the rest of the kids in the United States. We need to get involved.